Let me tell you a quick story about Elliot as a little kid. So I just completed 2 days teaching to a group in Essex, UK over Zoom, and it was wonderful. Like, this is such an amazing group. Adam and I have so much fun talking to this group of about 15, 16 people, whatever it is. And it is delightful. Like, it is really, really wonderful. And today I got to talk to them about my childhood and how, I had a really rough childhood, and lots of parts of my childhood were just really, really hard. But not all of it. Like, there was still happiness and wonderfulness. And people often say, like, in solution-focused brief therapy, you're supposed to ask your clients about positive things, about exceptions, about times in their past when things weren't so bad, or when even things were delightful, times in their past when they had bits of happiness and joy, or they had parts of the desired outcome they currently want. And people often say, what about those times, Elliot, when people have never had that? Or what about those times when people can't think of positive things? And I always tell people, like, there's no such thing. Everyone has had at least some time where things were better. Everyone has had at least some time where things are going better for them. And I'm gonna tell you a quick story to prove it. When I was a kid, the coolest guy on the planet, growing up in the 80s, the coolest guy on the planet was Eddie Murphy, and he played a character in a movie series called Beverly Hills Cop, and he played a character named Axel Foley. And I thought Axel Foley was so cool. I thought he was, like, I wanted to do and be everything that Axel Foley was. And one of the things that Axel Foley used to do was he wore a calculator watch. And I wanted a calculator watch so bad because I wanted to be like Axel Foley. I was like 10 years old, but I wanted to be just like Axel Foley and get a calculator watch. And one day I was in a store called Ames. I'll never forget this. I was in a store called Ames in Franklin, Massachusetts with my mom. And I saw a calculator watch. And I said, Mom, can I have that calculator watch? And she said, no, we don't have any extra money. And the calculator watch cost $9.99, $10.81 with tax. Never forget it. It's just like it was yesterday. And so I decided I'm gonna get a job, right? 10, 11 years old, I'm gonna get a job. And I got a job. The only job you can get at that time, at that age, was delivering newspapers. So I got a job delivering newspapers for the Milford Daily News. And I had this newspaper bag, and a buddy of mine, he got a newspaper route as well. So we had these newspaper bags, all newspapers, and we would ride our bikes. We tied the bag to the handlebars of our bikes. We would ride around the neighborhood and throw the newspapers in the front yard, just as you see in those old time movies. And after a week, I had earned enough money to go buy that calculator watch. So I bought that calculator watch, and I thought I was the coolest thing going, man. I just loved my calculator watch, and I had it for a good while until it broke, and time just goes on. Eventually, I get focused on sports and girls and social life and all that stuff, and no longer interested in calculator watch. But last week, I was visiting Adam and a family friend, and I saw someone wearing a calculator watch. I didn't even know those were a thing anymore. Like, I just saw, like, oh my gosh, they had a calculator watch, and I asked them how they got it. And of course, it's 2021. They go, oh, I got it on Amazon. You can go buy one. So I did. I bought a calculator watch just to remind me that there's a real positive story to my childhood too. Like, in that example, I had an experience that made me smile. I had an experience that brought me joy. I had an experience where I got a job. I showed initiative, and I showed ambition, and I showed entrepreneurship. So if I think about my childhood and I think about all the difficult things that I had happen in my family, I also have to think about, but I also showed some positive things. There's some positive parts of my story that demonstrate maybe it's not all bad. So just remember, I'm gonna show you guys. Let me see if we can get in focus. There it is. Just remember, this calculator watch is evidence that there's positive parts to my story too. I wonder what evidence in your clients' lives are there to show them that there are positive parts of their story as well. So always remember, even people who have really difficult backgrounds and really difficult traumas, there's some positive bits there as well. Boom.